Hello again, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to In Your Face. Well, you all know whenever I do an In Your Face, and I'm sitting here on camera, you know it's got to be important. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about using the Spirit Cam. As a matter of fact, the Spirit Cam is actually what I'm using right now to video this. It's been a major asset to the channel. It has also been a major asset to law enforcement. You all might remember this video. Well, a few days later, after this video went up, this is what I seen. You're welcome, officer. That was in Leadington, and I do believe that is the red car that I caught in that clip. But anyhow, so we are doing our part here on the Prince Magnum channel to make the streets a little bit safer. Why such a crusade? Well, after Princess Faye's accident with Project Beauty and the damages that it's caused her, it can happen to anybody's wife, husband, or worse yet, our children. So this has been kind of a crusade for me, trying to get people to slow down. And at the same time, the state of Missouri doesn't deserve any more of our money than they already get. So this is part of my crusade. However, in trying to help, help local police departments, even highway patrol, get people to slow down a little bit, make the streets a little bit safer, and deprive the Missouri politicians of more of our money. What do you do when the Spirit Cam catches, you know what, I'm just going to shut up right now, and I'm just going to let Ace take over for just a brief moment.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
You suck dicks? You a Peter Pupper? I bet you're the kind of guy that would fuck a person in the ass and not even have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around. You had best square your ass away and start shitting me Tiffany cufflinks, or I will definitely fuck you up.
Well, there you have it, folks. This is a tough subject for me. Before I get any further in, let me tell you all up front. This was a serious moral dilemma for me. This was very difficult. I come on my channel and say, I talk about how the changes have been made in Bonne Terre. I'm very proud of them and things like that. And then I have to go out and do stuff like this. My intention was not to catch this. I was just videoing. Remember, the Spirit Cam is for the purposes of bad drivers, and there's a lot of bad drivers. They pull out in front of Spirit all the time, and we're having to do the front disc brake conversion. Number one, because we have a hub going out in her, and you can't replace those parts. They're next to impossible unless you go through a specialty online place, and I don't do anything specialty, because like that. I just don't see any need for it. Let's just go ahead and upgrade it, to parts that I can easily get, so I don't have to go searching, everywhere, under BFE just to find one part. Just skip it. So I'm having to do that because of the part, but I'm also having to do it because, I like the drum brakes, but people can't drive, and I need something that stops better. And that's the other reason why I got the Spirit Cam, is because people can't drive. And then I catch stuff like this. So I was caught in a moral dilemma. Now, initially I called my good buddy Bert, and he's like, "Man, you need to post this." And we talked about it for a good long while, and his response was, "I'll tell you what, why don't you call Chief Calvert? Call good old Chief Calvert, Bonterre City Chief." And initially, I was going to do that. I was going to follow Bert's suggestion. And then what ended up happening was I ended up talking to a young police officer friend of mine south of Deloge, southbound on 67. I won't say what precinct. I won't even give the officer's name because I want to protect his anonymity. And when I explained to him what I had and the situation, the moral situation I was in, and how I felt it was a moral dilemma, he didn't see the dilemma at all. He actually told me straight up, looked me square in the eye and said, "Prince Magnum, you need to post this." So that being said, I think I speak for a lot of good police officers, and I think I speak for the general public. We're pretty angry. Every time I see this clip, and I think you all are in the same boat with me, this is how we feel.
You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece. Because you are a disgusting fat body. You owe me for one jelly donut.
Once again, my character Ace, love this, adding this little piece in, My wife bought this for me. But every time I get to add him in, it adds another dimension to the Prince Magnum channel. But basically, this, if you will, Ace is just saying what we're all saying. We're angry. We want to yell about this. Now, some of you might be saying right now, Prince Magnum, there's nothing you can do. This police officer will get away scot-free. The police don't police the police. Well, now here's the situation. This is where you, the Maverick Nation, gets to come in and help out. Obviously, Leddington might have been watching the channel and caught that one driver. Well, now all of you need to basically watch this video, watch it all the way through, hit the like button on it, okay? And what happens then is YouTube will continue to put this on the recommended list, and then when this video goes on the recommended list, more and more people will see it. More and more people will be outraged. And the more and more people that are outraged, the more and more Highway Patrol is going to have to ask for the footage that you just seen. The time code is accurate. Then what will happen is this officer will, it won't take much to, all of this is on record, okay? This officer will then get the ticket that he's supposed to deserve, but because there's not a radar gun and all that, he'll get chastised, and he could lose his job. But the thing of it is if he's driving like this, he has no respect for the law. That means he's not upholding the law, which means he's not a police officer. He's just wearing a badge and a gun, okay? And it gets him off of that force, meaning that we can now put in a good police officer who will abide by the laws that are set down by people who are trying to keep our streets safe, keep our loved ones safe. That's how this works. This is how media works, okay? And that's what In Your Face a lot of times ends up becoming. Now, I'm going to say right now to Deloge, for the first time, I'm going to say this. I, Prince Magnum, have gotten a couple of calls on you guys about stuff that you're pulling before this video. I've had 2 calls already from 2 separate people from things that you guys are doing. I don't want to have to do what I believe I'm going to do, which means start poking around. If it comes to that, I will. So, your officers, unless they have lights and sirens going, do not have the right to do stuff like this.
I'll bet you could suck a golf ball through a garden hose. I'll be watching you.
Again, Ace coming in to, you guys need to knock it off. Start obeying the laws. The only time, see, my dad's a retired firefighter. I know what the actual emergency driving guidelines are. Okay? I know what they are. And you guys, when your lights and sirens are not on, you are not allowed to break the speed limit. Period. Don't do it again. You do not have the right. And if I get any more phone calls on you guys or anything pop up in my email, I'm going to start digging. Enough's enough. I let you guys go because I have a dear friend who lives up in Fenton who has a family member on the Deloche Police Department, but I can no longer stand by. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Star Trek fans, you might enjoy that. That brings us to the end of this episode of In Your Face. As always, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We are now, as I'm making this video, up to 105. I love it. Thank you all so much, Maverick Nation. Before I cut away to the usual bit, I have a special treat for all of you. As I was driving the back roads, just enjoying music, I have to give a special shout out to this gentleman in this lovely looking Trans Am as he was driving by. Trans Am Firebird, same thing. He gave us all a wave to the Spirit Cam. I believe I caught it, but I'm going to show. Regardless, I'm going to show it. Hopefully, I caught the wave. I haven't really totally looked at the footage yet, but I was in a hurry to get this done. As you can tell, I had scruff earlier, and as I'm editing, I had to shave. Anyhow, so let me show the clip. Thank you, my good friend. Thanks for giving the Prince Magnum channel one more wave to good old Project Spirit. As always, get out there and work on a project. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet. And above all, even to the officer I had to chastise in this video, if nobody has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.
Good night, ladies.